Welcome back, everybody. Big day today. We're doing the final chapter in the Builder's Guide to Accounting in our series for the Florida Contractors exam. I know we've covered a lot of information, and I know you're very, very excited about finishing this up. So without further ado, let's get into it. We are on chapter 28. Chapter 28 is on page 315. And this chapter is called Statements for Loan Applications. First thing we need to do is we need to understand what a loan is. You're buying money when you take out a loan. The payments are broken down into two parts. The first part is principal, or the money borrowed, and the second one is interest, the cost of borrowing the money. Let's move on. On page 316, the second paragraph, loans as investment. A bank views a loan as an investment, all right? Once again, it's one of those things where this is probably common knowledge, but still, I think it's important to understand what it is. For a builder to get a loan, you must do more than show the lender you are the best craftsman in town. You must convince the bank that you can control costs and expenses, produce a profit, pay back the loan with a minimum strain, and maintain a healthy business status with the proceeds from the loan. Here are some of the personal and business characteristics you must be able to demonstrate to the bank if you want to be considered a good risk. Your business is healthy. There is no management problem. The funds are controlled constantly. The loan is needed. The loan payments will not cause undue financial strain. The loan itself will generate higher cash flow and increase profits. Next, on page 317, we're talking about loan applications. Most banks have their own loan application forms, okay? Most bankers require all or most of the following information in the application package: the loan application form, an income statement for 1 full year, a current balance sheet, a cash flow projection for 1 year, a federal income tax for the previous year, all right? So I actually remember seeing a question about loan applications on my exam, which is why I am highlighting this information, because I do think that it is important, okay? Next. So we are on page 318, and this is covering the Small Business Administration. Now, this may be familiar because if you've watched my other videos about the Florida Contractors Manual, you might remember that the SBA was mentioned in some of the chapters. So some of this information may be redundant, but nonetheless, if you see any questions about the SBA, I think the first place that I would look to is this book. But this is not, like I said, not the only source for SBA. There might be something that they could pull out from the Florida Contractors Manual. 318. The SBA is a valuable resource for small business ventures. By SBA definition, a small construction firm has annual sales up to 17 million and fewer than 100 employees. I think that's a pretty important statement to highlight. SBA doesn't make the loans itself. Rather, they work with local lenders who grant the loans. The SBA guarantees repayment, so the lender's risk is practically nil. Eligibility for SBA programs. Okay, types of business. Most businesses are eligible for SBA assistance from the Most businesses are eligible for assistance from the SBA. Your business must be operated for profit, no tax-exempt businesses. Your offices must be within the United States and its possessions and be doing business in the U.S. You must have a reasonable degree of owner's equity in your business. Then next is on 319, use of loan funds. SBA loan proceeds can be used to finance floor plan needs, purchase investment real estate, pay the owner's delinquent taxes, or pay existing debt in most cases. And that's about it. Like I said, basic chapter, a lot of general information, but still, like I did mention, I do remember having at least one question pertaining to the SBA in my exam. So it's not a lot of information, but still something worth covering. That's about it on page 321. Definitely make sure that you take that practice exam. As always, if you can bang these out quickly and without any problems, then you probably have a great grasp of everything that was covered in this chapter. And that is it. Listen, I appreciate you sticking around in all of these chapters and all of these videos. We've covered a lot of information. Um, Definitely pat yourselves on the back. It hasn't been an easy road. There's a lot of information and a lot of things that they could ask on the exam, but the great thing is that this is an open book exam, and as long as you spend the time going over these chapters and going over these books, you'll have a good idea of the information that's in these chapters, and where to source it, because that's really what this exam is all about. It's not about knowing the info, it's about knowing how to find the info. And if you spend the time, I don't think you're going to have any problems with the content. As always, I appreciate you watching, and if you've got any questions or you have any comments, or there's something else that you'd like for me to do, or something else you'd want me to explain, definitely feel free to reach out. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.